No one has told you this yet, but ever feel like no matter what you do, your attempts at seduction just aren't hitting the mark? Like you're following all the advice out there, but something still feels off. Well, there's a reason for that, and it's a secret that hardly anyone talks about. Today, we're pulling back the curtain and diving into those hidden layers of seduction that you need to master if you're ready to elevate your game. So if you're tired of being just a friend or feeling like you're stuck in the nice guy zone, stay tuned. We're about to change all that. The subtle science of reading interests, cracking the code. Okay, let's set the stage. You're in the middle of an amazing conversation with someone who seriously caught your attention. The chemistry is there. The conversation is flowing, and you can feel the connection building. But there's that nagging question in the back of your mind. How do I turn this from a casual chat into something more seductive? This is where many people get stuck. It's easy to connect on a friendly level, but how do you know if she's interested in taking things further? The key is to pay attention to her body language, but not just the obvious signs. We're talking about those subtle cues that often go unnoticed. First, check out her posture. Is she leaning in when she talks to you? Are her feet and shoulders angled toward you? These are powerful signs that she's drawn to you. She might not even be consciously aware of it, but her body is giving away her attraction. Then there's her voice. Pay attention to how she speaks to you. Is she asking questions, keeping the conversation alive? Is she laughing at your jokes, even the ones that aren't that funny? If she's showing a genuine interest in who you are, your passions, your dreams, that's a huge indicator that she's intrigued. Now here's the thing, not everyone is going to be super expressive or outgoing. Some people are naturally more reserved, and that can make it harder to read them. But don't worry, this doesn't mean she's not interested. It just means you a little deeper, pay it to listen per, and spiels fuller details, and read between the lines. Pro tip, pay attention to how she feels in your presence. Does she seem comfortable, maybe even a little nervous in that cute way? If she's relaxed and at ease around you, it's a clear sign she's enjoying your company and possibly hoping for more. Building sexual tension, the art of subtlety. All right, so you figured out she's interested, fantastic. But how do you turn that spark into a full-blown flame? This is where the magic happens. Sexual tension can be your best friend or your worst enemy, depending on how you handle it. So like a fine wine, it needs to be developed with care. One of the most powerful tools at your disposal is eye contact. Now, I'm not just talking about the usual casual glance. I'm talking about the kind of eye contact that lingers just a second longer than normal. It's a look that says, I'm interested in you, and I'm not afraid to show it. But here's the trick, you don't want to make it too intense. Hold her gaze, then let it slip away like you're sharing a secret that she's dying to know. And then there's touch. A light, casual touch can be incredibly powerful. It's all about being subtle, maybe a gentle brush of her arm or a playful nudge if she teases you. But be careful, there's a fine line between playful and pushy. You want to create a sense of anticipation, not make her uncomfortable. Let's not forget about the power of silence. Yeah, you heard me right, silence. A well-timed pause in the conversation can be charged with unspoken possibilities. It gives both of you a moment to reflect, to let the tension build, and to enjoy that electric connection in the air. And when you finally break that silence with a smile, a look, or a touch, it'll be all the more powerful. Pro tip, moderation is key. You don't want to rush things or come on too strong. The goal is to create a dynamic where she's intrigued and eager for more. Remember, seduction is a dance, not a sprint. Mastering the art of physical contact, less is more. Let's talk about the big one, physical contact. This is where a lot of people either make it or break it. Touch can be incredibly powerful in building attraction, but it's also an area where you need to tread carefully. You want to show interest, but you don't want to be invasive. Start small. A casual touch on the shoulder, a light hand on her back as you walk together. It's all about being subtle and respectful. These small gestures can create a deeper connection without overwhelming her. But how do you know when to escalate? Pay attention to her response. If she seems comfortable, If she's smiling or leaning into your touch, that's your green light. You can gradually increase the intensity of your contact. Maybe your hand lingers a little longer, or you touch her arm while you're making a point. But always, and I mean always, respect her boundaries. If she pulls away or seems uncomfortable, take a step back immediately. Pro tip, think about the setting. Are you somewhere where it's cold? Offer her your jacket. It's thoughtful, and it's a subtle way to establish a physical connection. It's these little things that show you're paying attention and that you care about her comfort. Creating excuses for physical contact is another great tactic. For example, if you're out walking together, gently guide her by placing your hand on her back. Or, if you're sitting next to each other, let your knees or shoulders brush accidentally. These moments of contact, no matter how brief, build a sense of closeness and intimacy. But here's the golden rule. The contact should always feel natural and never forced. The moment she shows any sign of discomfort, you need to back off. Remember, the key to physical attraction is mutual respect and comfort. Deepening emotional intimacy, going beyond the surface. Seduction isn't just about physical attraction, it's also about building a deep emotional connection. And this is where you can really set yourself apart. While physical chemistry is important, it's the emotional bond that truly deepens the connection and makes it lasting. Start by diving into meaningful conversations. Ask her about her values, her dreams, her fears. What drives her? What does she care about most in life? These kinds of questions go beyond the surface and show that you're genuinely interested in who she is as a person. But don't just focus on heavy topics. Mix it up with lighter, more playful conversations. The goal is to create a balanced interaction where she feels comfortable being both serious and silly with you. And don't underestimate the power of gratitude. Take a moment to express what you appreciate about her, whether it's something she said, something she did, or just her presence. Gratitude is a powerful tool in building emotional intimacy, and it shows her that you value her in a genuine way. Pro tip, vulnerability is key here. Don't be afraid to share your own thoughts and feelings. Open up about your experiences, your passions, your struggles. When you're willing to be vulnerable, it encourages her to do the same. And that's where real connection happens. Another great strategy is to explore shared experiences and memories. Talk about a time when you both felt truly alive, or a moment that was particularly meaningful. This not only deepens your bond, but also creates a shared emotional narrative that you both can relate to. And here's something most people overlook: laugh together. Humor is an incredibly powerful tool in building emotional intimacy. It lightens the mood, creates a positive association, and shows that you can enjoy each other's company on every level. Perfecting the timing. When to make your move. Timing is everything in seduction. You've built the tension, you've established an emotional connection, but how do you know when to take it to the next level? This is where your patience and attentiveness pay off. Look for those subtle cues that she's ready for more. Is she relaxed in your presence? Are you sharing moments of genuine laughter and connection? Is she leaning in closer or maintaining eye contact a little longer than before? These are all signs that she's comfortable and open to deepening the connection. When the moment feels right, make a move, but remember, it doesn't have to be something grand or dramatic. Sometimes a simple gesture, a light touch, a whispered compliment, or a meaningful look can be more powerful than anything else. Pro tip: confidence is key. But confidence doesn't mean being pushy or rushing things. It means being sure of yourself and your intentions, and understanding that true seduction is about creating a space where both of you feel safe, respected, and intrigued. When you do make a move, pay close attention to her response. If she responds positively, maybe with a smile, a laugh, or by leaning in even closer, that's your signal to continue. But if she seems hesitant or uncomfortable, take a step back. The last thing you want is to rush things and ruin the connection you've been building. Another important aspect is to not overthink it. Trust your instincts and go with the flow. Sometimes the best moments happen when you're not trying too hard, but just enjoying the interaction and letting things unfold naturally. Confidence, your secret weapon in seduction. Now let's talk about confidence, because if there's one thing that can make or break your efforts in seduction, It's how you carry yourself. Confidence is incredibly attractive, but it's not about being arrogant or cocky. It's about being comfortable in your own skin, knowing your worth, and being able to project that in a way that draws others to you. Start with the basics, how you present yourself. Dress in a way that makes you feel good about yourself. It doesn't have to be anything fancy, just something that fits well and makes you feel confident. Your posture also plays a huge role. Stand tall, keep your shoulders back, and hold your head high. Not only will this make you look more confident, but it will actually make you feel more confident too. Then there's your voice. Speak clearly and with conviction. Don't be afraid to express your opinions or share your thoughts. The key is to do it in a way that's authentic and true to who you are. Authenticity is incredibly attractive. It shows that you're not trying to be someone you're not, and that's something people naturally gravitate towards. Pro tip: practice makes perfect. The more you work on building your confidence, the more naturally it will come to you. Start by challenging yourself in small ways, maybe by striking up a conversation with someone new, or by stepping out of your comfort zone in a social situation. Every small step you take builds your confidence and makes you more comfortable in your own skin. And don't forget to show genuine interest in others. Ask questions, listen attentively, and show that you care about what they have to say. Confidence isn't just about how you feel about yourself, it's also about how you make others feel in your presence. Embracing authenticity, the true key to seduction. At the end of the day, all the techniques and strategies in the world won't matter if you're not being true to yourself. Authenticity is your most powerful tool in seduction. It's what makes you unique, what sets you apart, and what will ultimately draw others to you. So how do you stay authentic in the heat of the moment? It's simple. Don't try to be someone you're not. Don't put on a facade or try to impress her with things that aren't really you. Instead, embrace your quirks, your flaws, your true self. Because the truth is, that's what's going to make her fall for you. Pro tip: confidence and authenticity go hand in hand. When you're comfortable with who you are, you're naturally more confident. And when you're confident, you don't feel the need to pretend to be someone else. So, no matter what happens, always remember to be yourself. Trust in your own unique qualities, because that's what's going to create a real, lasting connection. Before we wrap up, I want to thank you for sticking with me until the end. If you found this video helpful, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. And don't forget to share it with anyone who might need a little boost in their love life. And hey, I want to hear from you. What are your thoughts? Got any tips or stories to share? Drop them in the comments below. Let's keep the conversation going. Catch you in the next one.